souls dropping right on time. One hot angel and one cool devil, bringing podcasts to a whole new level. They stop and stare as we display our greatness. All our enemies and foes, they'll be sure to hate this. When they ask who's the big wolf, you know who's the baddest. Put your hands up, come on, feel the madness. Feel the madness. Feel the madness. Everybody lose control. Feel the madness. Feel the madness. Come along and let's explode. Feel the madness. Come along, come along. Feel the madness. It's crazy in the panel room and it's getting heated. The crowd goes wild, not a soul is seated. You didn't come to have fun, you need to beat it. What Lewis brings to the stage can't be repeated. He brings style that's revolutionary. Sophia in the front doing the dingleberry. Others are playing and get no laughs. Dude, it's kinda scary. Critics and haters, y'all are so pathetic. We'll upstage you and be unapologetic. But back to the subject at hand, keep moving. People love the Angrygeeks, it's been proven. Appreciate all of the fans of Lewis and Sophia. So let us see your hands, come on, feel the madness. Feel the madness. Feel the madness.
Welcome to the shop that you've been dreaming of. Present view comics, it fits like a glove. Over 250,000 tales waiting to be told. Find some magic, come and grab some gold. Flip through the pages, let your passion ignite. Every issue you find is a new delight. Present view, where the heroes rise. In every frame, a new surprise. Come and explore the worlds we've got. 5-star wishes in every spot. From classics to treasures, we've got.
She is too hot to handle, I'm too cold to hold. We bring podcasting to you on this cold Thursday night, and we bring it to a whole brand new level. That's right. I am Lewis Perry, and with me, the one, the only, the stream queen of New England. The one with the horns, the one with the pink and purple hair. Look at that face, if you dare. The one, the only.
Sophia Cormier.
Look at that, you get better. You get better, little one. You're getting a little better. So, I know you got to yell at me because I did something last night, and I explain, Lucy. I'll explain. I will explain.
Listen,
Lucy.
Linda.
Linda, what?
Linda, listen.
Come on, now we got rock and roll royalty backstage, so hurry up and yell at me. Yeah.
Lewis, why did you leave your stream running after you got rated out?
I'll explain to you. I'll explain because
they gave it to me.
They gave it to me. I tell you why. because I got 2 monitors now hooked up, right?
Mhm.
And what happened was
Mm.
usually when we stream the video game,
Yeah.
I play straight to the PlayStation,
Mhm.
right? And then
Yeah.
I shut off the PlayStation, and then everything goes away. But now you gotta be proud of me because I got it going through the Streamlabs, and when you played the emoji with the wolf pack, ow! Everybody with the wolf pack in the house.
Woo!
Get the wolf pack.
Woo!
That's right, wolf pack in the house. Yeah. So
Woo.
with the wolf pack in the house, the wolf comes across the screen and it does the dancing, and you
Yep.
see all that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you're proud of me for that because
Yeah.
I got the Streamlab going.
Sure.
So, but when I was just doing it with one monitor, the video game screen was like that big, and I was like squinting, and I couldn't play. I couldn't see anything. So I was like, with the capture card, I'm gonna set up the other monitor so the PlayStation will be on a bigger screen. So I
Yes.
did that. So I'm playing the PlayStation,
Yep.
right? And then our mod, the man goat, he said, okay, I'm gonna rate out to Sophia. I said, okay, brother, you do that. And then he was ready to go. And then I said, okay, little one, hey, I rated out to you. I did all
Yep.
that. And then I pressed off on the PlayStation, and the PlayStation shut down. I was like, yay, I'm proud of myself. I did it, yay. And then I shut off the mic, and I unplugged the camera, shut the camera down, and I never hit quit stream on this monitor. And it just like the camera froze when you see the back of the geek leg.
Yes. Yeah. Don't do that again.
And then I had the phone just on alarm because I knew you were safe, and I knew Jackie was safe, and I knew the JJ was safe,
Yeah.
and all the kids were home. So I knew everybody important to me was safe. I knew Jar Jar was safe, so everyone important to me was safe.
Yeah.
So I could shut the phone off because I had a bad night the night before. So I shut the ringer off and everything because I knew everyone was safe. So if my family needed me, they could call Rose and then they wake her up. Because you did that already once, remember? You couldn't get a hold of me, so you called Rose. So
Yes.
I knew everybody was safe. So I shut my ringer off and I shut the text message off. So I went to sleep. I took some medicine because I had a bad night the night before. I went to sleep. And then I woke up to go to work at 4:15.
You're making a very long story.
Because I don't want to get yelled at. And then we got rock and
Still
roll
have to read
royalty in the
comments.
back. I'm sorry.
You have friends, dude.
I got no
Alright.
friends.
No friends. Okay. All right.
Get to the comments so we can bring our guest.
Yes. Guy Brusher says, hello, Sophia and Lewis. Hello, Guy. How's it going? Mangoat. Hello, fellow geeks. Hello,
What's up, man? Goat? How are you, brother?
That face is something else.
I know it is.
Yes,
Look
it
at that
is.
face.
Bad, Lewis. Bad.
Yeah, see? People tell me bad.
All right. Okay, guys. Are you ready
Hey, we
for
got
it?
15 comments. We only did 3.
Introducing ta-ta-li-ta-ta-li-ta-ta-li-ta, Cowboy Mach Bell.
What's
Yay!
going on, sir? How are you? Look at, oh my God, we got to
Acknowledge me.
rock and roll royalty. My God. now the reason, well, I had to wear this jacket per request from the cowboy himself. He's like,
Guy
"Lewis,
says, hello, Cowboy Mach Bell.
yes. Look at that.
Those are the people in the chat.
Yeah, those are people in the chat, man. They're saying hi to you already.
All right.
So,
Really? Okay. Hey, yeah. Thanks for wearing that jacket, Lewis. Reminds me of that Macho Man fight when he had to go against George the Animal Steel was trying to take his girl, Miss Elizabeth. And he was chewing on the turnbuckle.
mm-hmm.
And
WrestleMania.
I remember you come flying in off the top rope and took care of Mr. Steele
Thank you.
and saved
Thank
the honor of young Sophia. I mean, Miss Elizabeth.
That's too funny.
Thank you very much, sir. That's very flattering. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I'm a Macho.
Where did yeah, I could do Macho Man for you, brother. Yeah, you got a Cowboy Mach Bell. Yeah, he's in the house and he's the Tower of Power. He's too sweet to be sour. He's funky like a monkey. Yeah, he's a legend in himself. Yeah. Yeah, he's a rock and roll legend. Yeah, that's what he is. Because like it or not, live to love it. Yeah, because he's here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. Yeah, that's what he is.
Dig it.
Cowboy Mach Bell. Yeah, dig it.
You make me
Anyway,
hungry for a Slim Jim. All right.
Yes, Slim Jim.
uh, you started off with a cello, but what made you go from that to being the rock legend that you are? Working with all these different rock bands, working with Joe Perry himself. Now, believe it or not, my younger brother's name is Joe Perry. Now, I don't want people to get confused. Not my brother Joe Perry, the Joe Perry, Aerosmith. How did you go from being a cellist to doing what you did? What? I mean, that's like 360 degrees, brother. What happened?
Lewis, I could tell what Sophia's thinking. She said that's when they discovered electricity. Mach went from the cello
What?
to the electric guitar.
That's not what I'm
that old, Sophia. Come on.
Oh. Oh my.
No, I love music. You know, I really love all kinds of music, and the cello was something that I was drawn to as a young kid. You know, I wish I could tell you it was just because of the beautiful symphonic melodies and a trip that I took to see the symphony as a child. But what it really was I don't know if you ever handled a cello, but you know, you got the neck up at the top, you got the body and the sound holes, but down at the bottom, there's a thumb screw that you loosen and this, they call it the end pin, comes zapping out. It's about 12 inches long of cold steel with a sharp point at the end of it. And what you put into the rug so you can hold your cello between your legs and play it. But it's suspended off the ground about a foot when you're playing, and it's the end pin that holds it up. And I was fascinated. I think, you know, when I was a little kid, it was like Man from U.N.C.L.E. and James Bond, and having that end pin inside the instrument that would slide out. And
I just think of a murder weapon.
exactly. I mean, I've never seen it in a Columbo or an Elsbeth or any of these, you know. But that would be a great, you know, the string quartet in the back. Who would expect that the little cellist who looks like Sophia would have that bloody end pin and jam it back into the cello and tighten it up and walk out, and nobody would have.
Yes.
Is Tabby watching?
Yeah,
Tabby
Tabitha, make note.
Yes, I know for sure. We have an author friend that we really have to get back to because we have to do a reading for Tabby. We got a new weapon for you to kill somebody with. Man,
I don't write murders, so I'll give it away to one of your murder writers.
yes, please. We do have to do a quick shout out for one of our networks, Awesome Geek Headquarters in John Voight. Hey, make sure you stop by and find this group on Facebook. It's awesome. It's one of our geek headquarters where we do broadcast on. Thank you very much, John. Appreciate it. So, how did everything go about? I mean, you had THUNDERTRAIN, you toured everywhere, you wrote your books, and Joe Perry comes up and gives you the name Cowboy. I didn't do too much deep diving into that because I wanted to know where that name came from. I wanted to know why you got it.
All right, you asked for it. It's a three-part story. It starts out, this is kind of a letdown, but it starts out when I was a kid, when a little kid, 3 or 4 years old, and I watched Roy Rogers and I watched Rex Trailer's Boomtown here in Boston, where I grew up, and I was into the Old West. So when I played outdoors and I had to go to the bathroom and I had to do beeps behind a rock, I'd call it cowboy beeps. Because I was doing it outside, as opposed to doing beeps inside the house. Beeps was my word for doing that. Instead of doing beeps, I was doing cowboy beeps when I was doing it like a cowboy. That's the first part of the story. Now, many years later, I was at when I was singing with THUNDERTRAIN, I was at a party with some of the guys from Jay Giles and Duke and the Drivers, and they were having a Thanksgiving party. And there was only one bathroom in this house where we're having the party, so there was a long line. So I was opening up the window and started jumping out the window, and Doc, the drummer from Duke and the Drivers, says, "Hey, Mark, where are you going? Why are you opening the window?" I said, "Oh, don't worry, I'm just going to go out and do cowboy beeps." And he was like, doing it like the Cowboys. Gee. So he was hot. Okay, that's the second part of the story. Now you move forward 5 years. I hadn't seen Doc since then. I was at the audition for the Joe Perry project in Cambridge, and I went in and sang my first song with Joe. Joe was kind of looking at the floor, and he had a big fringe of black hair in his face, and I don't think he even looked up to see me through the first song. And I finished the first tune, and in walks Doc. And I go, "Doc?" And he goes, "Cowboy?" And Joe Perry looks up and goes, "Why is he calling Mach Bell Cowboy?" And Doc called me Cowboy because he remembered me from doing cowboy beeps outside the window of his house. So, and Joe started calling me Cowboy from then on. And so that's how I got the name. Has nothing to do with rootin' tootin' or cowboy hat. We all wore cowboy boots. I was an 80s rocker, and I was a 70s rocker, and we wore cowboy boots then too, and I wore them when I was a little kid, but that's really just because I pee behind rocks, so.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Awesome
that is-
origin story.
yeah, it is. It's a very awesome origin story, but it's not exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking, well, Lewis.
He has a horse in the back.
A horse in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think my six string was on my back, and I rode a horse into Joe Perry, and I rode
Yeah, I
that
was
horse
hoping
right
it
on the
would-
stage.
I was supposed to be a romantic story like that for Sophia, but sorry, Sophia.
It's all
Turn
good.
the other way if you see me starting to twitch around in my seat. Cowboy beeps could happen at any moment.
Beep, beep. I'm a sheep. I said, beep, beep. I'm a sheep.
We have to remember that. I definitely have to remember cowboy beeps. That's a new code word for us, Sophia.
Yeah, but we need to figure out what the definition of ours is going to be.
Yes, yeah, but
Unless you
definitely
just got to go to the bathroom. Got a cowboy beep?
yeah, we could use that. I think that's gonna be cool. Sir, if we can use that, we would love to.
Be honored.
Okay.
Put it in there with Dingleberry. And
Yes, Angryberry. Yes.
What was the decision to make to write the first book?
So, when I always have written diaries. My dad sailed, and when I was a little kid, he'd bring me out in the boat, and he'd say, "Why don't you keep the log?" I'm like 6 years old. We started out sailing on Lake Champlain, up and down between New York and Vermont, and then as my dad got deeper into sailing, he had to get a boat out in the ocean, and anyway, I'd keep the log, and that turned into diaries as I grew up. And it was never like the romantic, Dear Marcia Brady kind of, but when I had adventures, like sailing or hitchhiking, I used to hitchhike around the country. I'd keep notes of what city I was in, where I was going. This was back when I was 16, 17 years old. So anyway, so I had a lot of these. I have my hitchhiking logs. I have my THUNDERTRAIN and Biggie Rat and Mechanical Onions and all the bands I've been in. And then by the time I was in Joe Perry, I was really a pretty good journalist of keeping my own little. So I kept a record from the time I joined the band and all the dates. So basically, I had the backbone for an entire book right there on the shelf. But then I moved on, and I still keep journals of what's going on in my backyard. The bunny and the birds and
And
the
the beeps.
fish pond. I just like to journal things. But it was that's how my first book happened. Was I pretty much turned the diary of the first page starts when I get the call from Joe Perry to audition, and then the last page is Joe dropping me out of the van the evening before Aerosmith gets together the next day to reunite, because Aerosmith had been broken up between 1979 and 1984. I was with Joe between 82 and 84. Did 226 concerts with him.
Wow. That's a lot.
video, did an album. I wrote 7 of the songs on the album with Joe. Yeah, we did a lot, and we traveled 3 different countries. We did a lot in what people figure is a pretty short time span, because when most people like me think of Joe Perry, I think of Aerosmith. But there was that chunk of time in the middle of Aerosmith where he was out of the band. And we also had Brad Whitford in our lineup through chunks of that time. When I joined Joe Perry Project, he had Brad in the band, and Brad would come back every so often when it worked for his schedule.
Well, let's
That's
talk
cool.
with Thunder Train. Please forgive me if I'm mistaken. That was your first band, correct?
That's the first band that started really making noise that you can find out about if you look. I think we all started out with the bands that we played on our street. Back in the day when it was like video games today. You can go out on your street and find somebody to play video games. That's how it was with rock bands in the 60s. You could go on your street, find a drummer, find a singer, find a couple kids to play guitar, might even find a bass player or an organ player if you were lucky. Anyway, and that's what kids were doing then. Like, kids like to play video games. Nowadays, kids want to put together a band or dance to a band. And so that's where we danced. We played in bands. So I had a million little bands in the 60s. I started playing record hops before they even hired bands. We would play a record hop was when they had a Sophia in the corner playing 45s on the record player, and everybody would be dancing around like a Peanuts cartoon. And when the Sophia girl had to go out to take a cigarette break, they'd bring in my little band to play Gloria and Wipeout, and then they'd bring the girl back to play the 45s again, and that was a record hop. That's where I got my start. And then that grew into the Battle of the Bands, in the local park. And then what happened that broke it wide open in New England and New York and our whole Northeast area was when the drinking age went down to 18 in 1972, which happened to be when I was 19 years old. And suddenly the world opened up for rock and roll musicians, because every little dive bar on every corner of every town needed a rock band, because that's what people were doing in 1971, 72, 73. They were rocking. They wanted to rock. They wanted to see the rock. They wanted to dance to the rock. And so suddenly kids like me that were pretty fresh from the high school dances and playing whatever, we were professional musicians now, playing 4 or 5 sets a night, 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 nights a week. A lot of these places would hire you for 5 nights, 6 nights. Band stays in a little cabin in the back. They'd have a little cabin in the back. There'd be a little neighbor girl, a little Sophia that would come with lasagna or something. She'd come to the band, bring us. We'd be friends and hang out with the little girl. And I mean, it was all fun and fantastic. And we rocked. And that was when Thunder Train and bands like I came up in Thunder Train in the early 70s. James Montgomery Band was playing. There was the Sidewinders that had Billy Squire and Andy Paley. There was the Daddy Warbucks, which had Punky Meadows and Ralph Mormon, who would go on to be Joe Perry's first singer. There was Balloon with Charlie Farron. Charlie would go on to be Joe Perry Project's second singer. My band, Thunder Train, with me, and John Butcher's band, Johanna Wild. We know John Butcher as John Butcher Axis, but this is earlier, Johanna Wild. That was the early Ready Teddy in Boston. They used to open for Aerosmith everywhere. There was a tremendous amount of talent in the Boston area. Always has been, continues to be. Oh, David Robinson was playing with Jonathan Richman and the Modern Lovers. And then Captain Swing was coming up with Thunder Train. Captain Swing was Rick Ocasek and Ben Orr. the Cars used to open for Thundertrain when they made their change from being Captain Swing to the Cars. And they got David Robinson on drums, and I have some great posters of Thundertrain with the Cars opening up for us. But the Thundertrain gig that a lot of people remember. Excuse me if I go ahead of your questions, but
No, go ahead. No, this is your time, man. I told you that backstage. This is your time. You talk.
1977, we had a really cool gig at the Rat. We were opening for the big, exciting band from L.A., which was an all-girl, 16-year-old, 17-year-old band, the Runaways.
Wow, I knew you. Oh, I knew you were going to say that.
Rita
Okay.
Ford,
Jet, Sherry,
Sherry Curry, Joan Jett,
Lita Ford.
Jackie Fox, Sandy West, the whole pack. So we opened up for them, and the way they do it, the Rat, it would be 2-show night. It'd be Thundertrain, Runaways, and then they'd turn the house, and then it'd be Thundertrain, Runaways again. When they were turning the house the second time, and I was on stage singing "I Gotta Rock," which was Thundertrain's song off the Live at the Rat album, I suddenly noticed everybody in the crowd turns away from me and is looking the other way, which Cowboy Mach Bell's not used to having the crowd not look at me when I'm singing "I Gotta Rock." In had walked Iggy Pop, David Bowie, followed by an unknown blonde named Deborah Harry. That had been the reason they were all at the Rat was that they had been playing. Iggy had a gig. Iggy had been off the scene for years at that point, but Iggy was back at the Harvard Square Theater with his producer David Bowie on keyboards, and the opening band was this new band Blondie that nobody really knew about. Anyway, so Iggy, Debbie, and David Bowie all walk in and sit right down in front of Thundertrain. We did that show, and then the Runaways came back, managed to blow the power in Kenmore Square. We're right behind where the Red Sox play, behind left field walls where the Rat was, underground. They blew the power, came back on, and then there was an after party. It was as good as the Cowboy Mach Bell after parties at Northeast Comic Con, but even better because David Bowie and Sherry Curry and Lita Ford and Debbie Harry and Iggy were all there, and Jim Harold got Chinese food brought in from the Aku down the street, and we all drank. Jim's favorite drink was the one with Kahlua, sombrero, Kahlua sombrero, I guess he called it. Yeah. So I sat next to David Bowie and drank a Kahlua sombrero and ate egg rolls. It was fabulous. That was an incredible night for Thundertrain, and opened up the door for us to do a lot of gigs in New York. We played at Max's Kansas City and CBGB's all the time when we weren't playing in Boston.
That was going to be one of my next questions. If you had met any of your influences. Now, was David an influence before that? Or it was, and I was going to ask a follow-up question was, what was it like to meet one of your influences?
It was really different back then, I think, from meeting your influences now. I think nowadays, if you get face to face with whoever your favorite is, you say, "Can we get a picture?" Because everybody does that,
I do.
There's no pictures of any. There was one night at the Rat where Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy walked in with a couple of guys from his band, and he came right up on stage with Thundertrain and jammed with us. There's a couple of like Instamatic, really, you can't really see. Photos exist, but they're not like anything like what happens today. And there was no, "Hey, Phil, can I get a picture with you?" kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So just wanted to make that. It was really different back then. I am a lead singer, and I have an ego thing. And so I always had a weird thing when I was meeting like stars that I wished that I was a little further along in my own career, so that I wouldn't just be a fanboy saying, "Oh, you inspired me." that they could say, "Oh, I heard your latest record," or I saw something, you caught my eye when you performed. I mean, there was a little tiny bit of that, but it wasn't where I would have wanted to. That's just a getting into my head thing, but
Yeah.
it bothered me sometimes. But yeah, meeting David was fantastic because it was at work and he was in the audience and I was on stage, so that felt fine. Other times, like David Johansen was one of the biggest, the singer of the New York Dolls, who went on to have his own career as Buster Poindexter. He was one of my huge influences, and I worked with him with Joe Perry, but I didn't want to meet him as where I was at yet. I wanted to meet him when I was a little further on in my career. It's just a weird thing. I hung out in the same dressing room with him, and we partied together. We were drinking from the same, but I wasn't really like getting down talking to him like I'm talking to you right now.
All right, cool. We have to take a quick break. Sophia, can you explain what the Erica Legacy Foundation is all about?
Yes, the Erica Legacy Foundation is a foundation that exists that is there to help people in need that are mentally or emotionally in distress. If you or anyone that you know is going through an emotional time, ow, sorry, my cat, reach out to the Erica Legacy Foundation. They have helped hundreds of people in need.
All right.
It's now time for Quiz with Quimsel.
And Sophia on the beat, we turning heads, bringing heat to the street. Get ready now, it's our time to shine. Feel the rhythm, every move is divine. Feel the madness, it's a party in your soul. Feel the madness, let the good times roll. Feel the madness, come and join the ride.
All right, guys, I'm going to ask a question, and you have to answer correctly. The first one's going to answer is Mach, then Chat, then Lewis. The question today is, what celebrity famously tweeted, "Let me be clear, nah, let me be opaque"?
We have to figure out what celebrity said that quote.
Yes, yes.
Am I supposed to go first?
Yes.
Yes, that was Kelly Ripa.
Nope.
Oh,
Why do you sound like you're burping?
Because I don't know. I was hoping Mach got it. Does anyone in chat got it? Because
Do you believe in love after love?
Cher?
Sure.
Very good.
Cher said it.
Well, that was close.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was close. he was, yes, he was very close. Did chat come up with anything?
No.
Or no? Because I hear crickets.
That was a hard one.
It was. It was like, how in God's name was
Cat
Mach
butt.
or I even supposed to cat butt? How were we supposed to get that? I was like,
Well, you
What
used to
the-
say that my questions are too easy, so I changed it up.
no, you keep going that way, little girl. Because that was like, yes, that was awesome.
Okay.
Because no, keep going. When you said it, I was like looking at Mach going, oh dear God, please have that answer because I don't have it. No way. My God.
Mango said I had no idea on that one.
Yeah,
To be fair, if you don't follow the celebrities tweet, then why would you know?
Well, that's
I-
just hearing celebrities makes me nervous because most of the celebrities I follow aren't the ones that are, on TMZ and Extra tonight. I'm a little behind the curve on celebrities.
It's okay. It's
no,
all good.
I'm still digging Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth, if you know what I mean. I'm still in 1986.
Me too, brother. Me too.
Back in
So-
the good old days.
Do we have more chats coming up? Now, we did have a chat, two that were coming up. One from, it was something geek that came up, and Grimlock
Geek.
Storm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we need more dancing now. Music
Yeah, and
was alive. Yes.
Yeah, and there was something else that that they said.
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Now, when Mach was talking about a lot of different things, he came up and said wisdom. And that is what we're getting tonight is a lot of wisdom from Mach. And music is the pathway to the soul. That's what I was always told.
Yes.
And my music tastes range, I mean, hugely. And I want to know, Cowboy, what is your musical taste like? Is it all rock, or can you just flip a switch and go from one genre to another?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, it's I'm really into like cool jazz, Miles Davis,
Mm.
uh, you know, stuff from the late '50s West Coast jazz scene, and Ramsey Lewis. I love the Ramsey Lewis trio. But then I love the French girl singers, the pop singers. I like to watch Emily in Paris and hear those girls sing, and I got all those albums full of those kind of American pop songs, but with French vocalists and Bridget Bardot doing her, and I love all that stuff. Um, I'm classical music I still listen to. I did grow up classically trained. Um, but I dig the Stones when I clean the house. I still go back to the Stones and a lot of we came. The first band I ever saw was the Jimi Hendrix Experience, and they came to my town, Framingham, and then Led Zeppelin came to Framingham the next summer. So I saw them in this little tent there too. So that British hard rocking Jeff Beck, Jimi Hendrix, Cream, John Mayall with Peter Green and Yardbirds. That whole scene, man, I just keep coming back there because that's where I was when I was 16 and 13. And I think with a lot of people, if you say, "What music do you dig?" and they'll tell you, and then it's the stuff when they were between 13 and 17 sticks, and it sticks your whole life. That's the stuff that it turns you on in a way, not only musically and psychically, but then in the time it brings you back in time as well. I'm at I don't know if you're playing a legacy or whatever you call it, an old time video game. Does that bring you back to your youth?
Yeah,
Nostalgia.
yeah,
Well,
and I could definitely relate with my music choices, because growing up, um, my mom, my dad, they listened to nothing but 50s and 60s. My
mhm,
mom always had Elvis on,
mm.
and that's what I remember as a kid, and that's what Sophia, when we go out, what do we listen? What do I make you listen to?
Elvis.
Elvis. That's what I'm constantly listening to.
He
So I
fits
totally,
every
yeah.
Elvis fits every occasion.
Hmm.
If you're throwing it back and just having a good time, with some, doing the clam or whatever, that's you just partying with Elvis. But when he does his from the heart, when he's singing, there'll be peace in the valley and that kind
Hmm.
of thing. I mean, you can be losing a loved one, and Elvis can still soothe your soul.
Yeah.
He is amazing, the breadth of where he goes with his music. So I'm with you with Elvis, and I thought his movies were corny when I was a teenager growing up, but now that I'm an old guy, I love pulling those out because they're full of that stuff I was just talking about. Girls are dancing on the tin shacks. Elvis is swiveling his hips and playing the guitar. The plots are really easy. There's no, nothing to slow you down. Everybody's having a good time, and everybody looks great. And it's just, you got Shelley Fabaret and
Yeah.
all the Elvis's gang. And oh man, it's awesome. And
Yeah. I
that's almost a
no.
little like that would have been my big brother's music if I'd had a big brother. I was the oldest. I, Elvis, I almost missed him. My parents didn't listen. My parents were too highbrow. They were into classical music and folk music, the Kingston Trio, and they didn't listen to Elvis music, pop music. I didn't have anybody older in the family bringing pop music into the house, so I had to sneak that in myself. And I was felt guilty about it at first,
Hmm.
digging that kind of music after being raised so well to appreciate fine art. But the rock just hit me, and that was my art, man, and that was it.
Groovy.
That's awesome.
Groovy.
Could we get
Sophia,
this
we got a
comment?
comment?
Yes, Sillyville, the movie, says hot take or hot music take. Cheap Trick is the best American rock band.
Robin Zander of Cheap Trick shares my birthday. Not only
Oh.
the day, but the year. I had dinner with Robin one night, and we happened to come on to our birthdays. And the funny thing was, Robin's son was with us, and Robin's son is also shares the same birthday as Robin and me. Well, not the same year. He's a son. But Robin and I are both 1953.
That's awesome.
yeah.
That is so
That
cool.
is.
Birthday
Yeah,
That
twins.
is awesome.
I
We
love,
got
I love
Jake
that.
Crandall. Lewis better listen to Elvis or Priscilla. We'll find him. Oh, yes.
Yes. Yes, I know. Priscilla she is just amazing. The times that I got to work with her she's an amazing, amazing person. Priscilla is just, I was shaking. I fanboyed out when I was with Priscilla. I was like, and yeah, it was just simply amazing. What in your hot take, since we just had that from Sillyville, the movie, in your opinion, besides THUNDERTRAIN, what is the greatest rock band of all time?
Yeah, I keep going back to Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix Experience. And the thing with Jimmy was he was an awesome singer. Everybody goes straight to the guitar, but I mean, who do you want? Who's going to sing Fire and Foxy Lady and Purple Haze other than Jimmy? I mean, I've seen Rod Stewart and I've seen Mick and I've seen Robert Plant, but Jimmy's stuff, singing Electric Ladyland and the stuff on Act, it's killer. And he can take a Dylan song like a Rolling Stone and kill on that too. I mean, Jimmy was funny. He was hilarious. He was killing it, but he was doing these little things like blowing his nose on a Confederate flag in the middle of the show. He had it as his handkerchief had a little Confederate flag, He just would put in these little things, and he was great with the crowd, and he was sexy as all hell. I've never been, maybe it was like being around Elvis in his prime or something, which it was mind blowing in suburban Framingham because everybody was just in his spell, and it was too much, man. Jimmy was awesome. He was the best, and then because I went to see Rod Stewart singing with Jeff Beck's band, the Jeff Beck group. Mm-hmm. They had Rod Stewart on lead vocal, Jeff Beck on guitar, Ron Wood on bass, Nicky Hopkins on piano. I mean, they were killer. But I had to say, not quite as good as Jimmy.
Wow.
And Led Zeppelin. I loved Led Zeppelin and everything, but they were no contest at all to either of those first two bands. That at that time in 68, 69, I mean, it was so hot then, man. So that's where I'm at. But, once again, how old was I? 15 years old. It hit me. It's like a thing in my back of my, like one in the science fiction movie that Sophia watches, it hits your neck and you won't let go.
All right, we're going to take a...
Wait. Just two comments, then we break.
Sure.
Okay, Silly says, agreed. I love Hendrix as a singer. His voice was perfect for these songs. Agreed. And Jake Randall, good showman. Agreed.
All right.
Agreed. All right.
I mean, Jimmy doesn't really need me to defend him, but it's just that when people talk about Hendrix, it's always, guitar. No, he's a good guitarist too, but man, that guy could sing and showmanship. He was and dress, the style.
Mm-hmm. It was everything. He had everything.
You guys know style. Jimmy was right up there with you guys.
That is very flattering, sir. And flattery will get you nowhere except for with her. We're going to be right back. 30 seconds.
It's the question of the week. Let's dive right in. Riddles and laughter. Where do we begin? Silly little queries, they never grow old. In this game of wits, our stories unfold. Why did the chicken cross? Oh, who knows why? Knock knock jokes that make us all
Hey, question of the week is brought to us by Alternate Universe LLC. Happy anniversary!
Happy anniversary.
Wow. My God, don't ask me how many years it is because I don't remember. But happy anniversary, Eric. And yeah, I think it's the New Haven store, Milford store, I don't know, but it's an anniversary. But happy anniversary. Hey, if you want comic books, okay, you don't have an LCS in your area, contact Eric. Okay, you go to the Alternate Universe Facebook page, go to their Instagram page, or just go to the Angrygeeks page, or go to, because Eric is the admin of our to help Sophia and out there. Tell him what you want, and he will mail you those comic books flat, just like Stan Lee did back in the day. Put them in a box, send them to you. Easter is coming up this Sunday, and if you need a gift, contact Eric. He'll get you that. He'll help the Easter Bunny out and send that right to you. He's got slab books. He's got everything. And pretty soon he's going to have autographed pictures of Sophia and I, and we'll get them to you. So don't you worry about it. And we'll even get maybe some of Cowboy's books out there.
Tell them what you want, what you really, really want.
Yeah, that's right, Spice Girls. Anyway, question number one. First question number one. First Cowboy's going to answer. Then Sophia. Then Chat is going to answer. And boy, we got some good ones today. Question number one. The worst choice to play James Bond. Who would be the worst choice to play James Bond? Cowboy, if you were going to cast James Bond, who would be the worst actor to play James Bond?
Okay. Okay.
The worst actor to play James Bond.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well. Boy, really. Well, I'll just. My friend Eddie Deason.
Okay. Eddie, you're out. Sophia, don't you take my answer, girl. Worst choice to play James Bond.
Mr. Bean.
Oh my God, you did it again. Oh, and I gotta think of somebody else. All right, Mr. Bean to play James Bond. Oh my God, he was Johnny English though.
That's true. He did a spoof.
Yes. All right. Chat, please tell us your choice. The worst choice to play James Bond.
Ooh, Jake Randall comes in with Pee Wee Herman.
Nice.
That's a good one. That is good.
Mango, it
That's a
says
good-
Matthew McGrogy?
Is that supposed to be Matthew McConaughey? I guess I don't know.
McGrogy?
I don't know, but okay. Anybody?
Oh, we got
Come on,
Dengrave, William Shatner.
chat. Good one. Good one. Oh my God, perfect. Okay, next.
Next, aren't you gonna answer?
Oh,
You did.
Well,
Did you answer?
I was gonna say Mr. Bean, but since
My
you
bad.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
That's good.
Bobcat Goldthwait. Now Sophia's looking at me like, who the hell is Bobcat? Bobcat Goldthwait is the guy that talks like that.
Gilbert Godfrey.
Gilbert Godfrey.
Oh,
Oh my God! Yes, he would be a bad choice to play. Yes, but Bobcat Goldthwait, he was like, hey! He was in the Police Academy movies and a couple other movies. I would say Bobcat Goldthwait
Shakes
would be
the
the
clown.
Shakes the Clown. Oh my God! Yes, he would be a very bad choice to play James Bond. Okay, if chat is not coming through, we're going to go to question number 2. I'm really anxious to hear Cowboy's answer. Mach, I'm hoping that you're going to give us a good answer for this.
Oh,
one.
wait.
Oh,
I picked Matthew McGrogy because he's 7'6". Jeepus.
oh my God!
I think him or anyone really tall would be a poor choice. They would stick out too much. Or are they going to say stick out the roof of a car or something?
Well, I don't even know who that guy is. Okay.
That's a really tall person.
Yeah, very tall person. All right, I'm really, really hoping that Mach is going to give us a good answer for this, considering his background, all the books that he has written, all the experiences that he has. So, Mach, what is the worst smell you have ever smelled?
What's that to do with books?
I'm all those experiences and
Oh,
all
okay.
those world travels, he
Oh, okay.
smelled something pretty bad. So, Mark, what is the worst smell you have ever smelled besides me at the con? What?
You don't
what is
smell.
I remember what the smell was too.
I knew it. Okay.
I was hitchhiking through the Midwest, through Kansas probably, and we got picked up by a school bus. This is back in hippie days. This was a hippie school bus with flowers and everything on it, and a whole bunch of kids inside. And as I walked into the bus, the driver handed me a cold one. He had a cooler right next to him, and he was handing out probably Coors beers because we were
Cool.
pretty far out west. Anyway, and I was just 16. Anyway, I took my seat and started sipping. And then I saw people staggering to the back of the bus, and they opened up this was just a school bus, but they'd kind of made this wooden doorway that was barely hanging from a hinge. And people would come in and out of there. And after drinking my beer, I felt like I needed to go as well. Apparently, the bus driver never stopped for anybody. He just keeps going.
Oh,
So I go back to the little doorway, and there's just this, one of those five-gallon mud buckets that guys carry their tools around in, and it's got everything in it, man.
oh my God.
There's, I mean, cowboy beeps and plus.
Ah.
And then I get the call. I suddenly see everybody's rolling down there, or slide those old-fashioned school bus windows, sliding down, sticking their heads out, and then the driver says, "Your turn." And apparently the back door, I thought maybe I could open that, but no. As we rolled down Highway 70, I had to take that slop bucket and walk up the aisle with it. The bus driver's got his head out the window, and with his foot, he's operating that thing that thing that opens up the door of the kids.
Oh my God.
And I'm hanging out the side, and I'm throwing this slop, and we're going about 40 miles an hour. It's totally plastered to the side of the bus, and
Oh,
the flies were.
what the hell? That does not sound sanitary at all.
Anyway, so that's the price for that beer that I drank. I had to. It was my turn. But yeah, I remember that lovely moment.
I knew we were going to have an entertaining answer. I knew it. Sophia?
Dirty gear oil.
Dirty gear oil.
Dirty gear oil is the most disgusting, vile thing I could ever smell.
Ever.
Ever.
Really?
Oh God. You could. It's that type of a smell where if you breathe through your mouth, you can almost taste it.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it
bad.
hot too? Was it hot or?
No, it was just for some reason in a bottle sitting at a body shop for I don't know whatever reason. It was the most vile thing I've ever smelled.
Really?
Like worse than a cat's butthole.
Story, Sophia.
Yeah.
Oh my God, good story. Okay, chat.
Chat's coming in. We got Jar Jar. Skunk sprayed neighbor's dog and hit part of the house, my house with it. It stunk for days. Dang. I'm sorry. That does not sound good. Mach Bell's story reminds me of the porta potties at the JFK airport parking lot. Oh. Well, no one is going to top the bus story. No, not at all. Bathroom at Market Basket when I was an overnight janitor. Somehow, someone got it on the floor, wall, and ceiling?
Oh,
On the
dead
ceiling?
grave. Oh my.
How on the ceiling? How
does
did
it get on it?
Did they point their butthole up at the ceiling? Like, what happened?
I want that clipped. I want that clip. Somebody please. The look and everything. I want that clip. How is that? Look at Mark. Oh my God, he's laughing hysterically. How is that possible that it gets on the ceiling?
Mango, can you clip that on the Angrygeeks side, please?
How is that possible?
I don't know. I'm sorry that you had to clean it. That is horrible. Please tell me they gave you a raise after that. Because that poop got raised, apparently.
That is this. Look at. Oh, I'm so glad Mark is laughing. That is disgusting.
Some of the restrooms of the places we played, though,
On it.
CBGB's in
Thank
New
you.
York, in the Bowery,
Uh-huh.
the Max's Kansas City, and the I love the upstate New York that have you go in the men's room and there just be a trough in the middle of a long room, and there'd be men standing on both sides of it, facing each other, peeing. Everybody's peeing into this long trough, but you're facing guys. Hey, how's the band? Oh, they suck. You know, oh, you got a little on me. Oh, sorry.
Oh my god. Bonding in the bathroom.
Ah. Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Wow.
Wow. And that's why and we're thick-skinned from back then. Oh my God, that's disgusting.
Okay, moving on.
All right, the worst thing that I've ever smelled was a practical joke. And when I was working at Quab and Wire, this is going back some years, back in like 88 to 89, somewhere around there. There was, if Jacob Marley, Keith Russell was watching, he would remember. A couple of the machine operators, they had this thing, I think it's called kimchi, something like that. And
Yeah.
it says it smells so bad if you open it, and it Mach is laughing. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Is this some kind of fish oil or something? Or
Yeah, it smells bad. I mean, it smells like the worst fart you can ever imagine.
A fart.
And yes, and what they did, see, he's laughing, so he knows. What they did was they opened this jar
Yeah.
and they put it. Now it was an old mill, so they put it on like one of the rafters and just left it there.
Oh man.
And you walked into the cabling department and you smelled it, and all you wanted to do was throw up. You wanted to vomit.
So what's the point of this thing that you're talking? What is it?
It's a food, but who would
Oh.
eat it? But it was a jar. It must have fermented for a long time because it smelled. You walked in there and it was like.
It's gourmet.
No.
It's a gourmet ingredient. Just don't get any on your balls.
Why would it be near there?
Yeah, yes. Wow.
What?
I don't want to know. Anyway. Oh my God. That is a good way to wrap. That's a good way to wrap it up. Oh my God.
Didn't you? Come on, Louis. Didn't you ever cut up cilantro, hot peppers, and then go to?
No, I didn't.
Cancel
Anyway.
yourself by mistake.
Oh.
Give me a glass of milk.
Anyway,
Dunk the junk.
Gentleman's books on Amazon. You can go to his website. You can find him. We're going to give him a chance to talk about where you can get his books. This hour went by pretty quick. The little one is laughing hysterically right
Yes.
now. The links to his website. Oh my God. The links to his website, the link to where to get his book, the link to his social media are all in the description of this show. If you're listening on Spotify, you're listening to Amazon Music, or wherever you find your podcast, just go down to the link of this episode and you can find it. But without further ado, Mach, tell everyone where they can find you, get your books. Tell everyone right now, please.
Thank you, Louis. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you so much for inviting me on your funny
You're
show.
welcome.
Hey, everybody, I'm Cowboy Mach Bell. You can find me at oncearocker.com. That's like once a rocker, always a rocker. That's the name of my first book. It's also the name of the Joe Perry Project album and the song Once a Rocker that I sing. And it's oncearocker.com.
Thank you. There's the website,
There's the
oncearocker.com.
website.
Thank you, Mango.
Yes, good. All right, Sophia, please tell everyone where they can find you and us.
All right, you can find me at Sophia Cormier on all the social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Blue Sky, Lemonade, Patreon. You can find the Angrygeeks on the same platforms and angrygeekshow.com.
And you can find us on Pod TV, Amazon app, and on the Amazon app and on the Roku app. You know,
Yes.
Friday nights, Saturday mornings, you get your cereal. You're going to get your bacon, eggs, whatever you want, your cup of coffee, your glass of orange juice. You're going to sit down in front of that TV just like you used to do, just like Mach used to do in the 70s, in the 60s, and you used to watch your cartoons, but then you're going to put on the Pod TV app, and you're going to see that face right there. Look at that face. Look at that face. You're going to see that face on your big screen TV. Imagine
Scary.
if you have
Scary.
an 85-inch
Scary.
TV, and you're going to see that
Scary.
face. Look at that face right there on your 85-inch TV, Saturday mornings, Friday nights, and you can see her. You can see like video game clips. You're gonna see all kinds of stuff
Facebook,
on the Pod
Instagram.
TV app right there, watching
There.
us talk to people like Cowboy Mach Bell, watching us play video games and all kinds of stuff like that. Why? Because we're on TV. We're on Pod
Cowboy
TV.
Beeps. Oh my God, your Instagram, Cowboy Beeps.
Shh, don't tell anybody.
You told everyone.
Anyway, without further ado, we want to thank Cowboy Mach Bell. We're going to invite you back on the show. We got to have you back again because this was a blast. And guys, thank you so much. And we love you guys. And Monday night, we got a very special guest. Wait for the announcement over the weekend because he's a voice
Squally.
actor. He was on, no, not Pasquale, but the voice actor. He was on G.I. Joe. He was on Transformers. He was on a bunch of other shows, and you guys are going to have a blast with him come this Monday night. So, without further ado, we're going to see you guys Monday night, but you'll see us across over the weekend as we're streaming, because I am getting Diablo 4, so we're going to be streaming.
Let's go.
Remember, 3 brands, 3 channels, all playing video games on Twitch. I'm Lewis, this is Sophia, and this is Cowboy Mach Bell. We love you guys. See you later.